Today, we're going to make a pumpkin for Halloween. The pumpkin will have burning eyes and a fiery smile. We also have a pumpkin candle, but I think it's too plain and not as mysterious as we want it to be. So we'll take a real pumpkin and turn it into a mysterious lantern. To cut the pumpkin, we'll start with 2 knives. Be careful with sharp objects. They're not toys. Any knife can cut you badly, no matter how careful you are. Always follow safety precautions. It's very important. Carefully start cutting out the triangle-shaped eyes. If you don't have a sticker with a face design to place on the pumpkin, you can simply draw it yourself with a pencil or a colored marker. This way, you'll have a clear stencil to follow when carving the pumpkin's features. Cut carefully. Any awkward movement can ruin your pumpkin. But don't worry, the main thing is to do everything smoothly and gently. I'm even starting to get nice clean cuts. Follow all the outlines you drew or the ones on your stencil very carefully. That's how your pumpkin will turn out beautifully. Never rush or you might make a mistake. Here I got a bit distracted and cut off the bottom part of the teeth, even though they were supposed to stay. I didn't notice and went all the way along the lower lip, so the teeth ended up inside and I completely removed them. Well, the upper teeth turned out much better because I focused and started cutting them carefully. By the way, write in the comments which country you're watching from and whether you celebrate Halloween. I know not everyone in the world celebrates it, but many people love this holiday of the dead. It can be really fun, so I'm looking forward to your comments below the video. I'd love to talk with each of you. Now it's time to cut off the top lid so we can have full access inside the pumpkin. This way we can clean it properly and remove everything unnecessary from the inside. Wow, look how many seeds are inside. It's really overripe, which is great. The seeds should come off the pulp quite easily now. I didn't expect them to be this big. Carefully trim off all the excess with a knife. That's great. Our pumpkin is perfectly overripe. You can take a spoon and start scooping out the core. It comes out easily because it's so soft and ripe, so even a spoon works perfectly to clean the inside. You can also cut a little inside with a knife to make it easier to clean out the seeds and the inside of the pumpkin. Wow, look how much stuff is inside. I didn't expect there to be so many seeds. Alright, it's time to turn our pumpkin into a real Halloween monster. We need to carefully push out part of the mouth so we don't damage the carved teeth. We've already cut off the lower ones, so now we'll have to come up with something. Alright, let's try to make her mouth a bit wider and carve the lower teeth. I'll carefully make some cuts, then trim a bit more downward. This way we'll get an extra row of lower teeth. It'll look really nice. Maybe it's even for the best. Now her mouth will be bigger and she'll glow brighter. You need to scrape out all the insides thoroughly with a spoon so the pumpkin doesn't start to smell or spoil. Once it's clean inside, it will slowly dry out and stay fresh for longer. Final step, we're removing the sticker with our face outline. I think the pumpkin is almost ready. We bought this beautiful candle. I hope it fits our pumpkin. Let's check it out. It seems to fit inside and the lid even closed on top, but I think the candle is too big for this pumpkin. We probably picked the wrong size. Let's wait and see what happens. Oh no, look, it's starting to burn through the pumpkin. This candle is too tall, it doesn't fit here. We need to figure something out quickly because Halloween is almost here and our candle doesn't fit. We have to come up with another candle solution fast. I think I've got an idea. We'll make the candle ourselves. We'll take a Coke can and cut off the bottom. Be very careful when cutting off the bottom of the can. There are lots of sharp edges and bits of metal sticking out, so cut it gently and trim off all the excess pieces. We need to take a gas torch, a paraffin candle, or some leftover wax if you have any, and melt it a little inside the can. Be careful, it's very hot. Make sure you don't overheat it so the candle or wax doesn't catch fire. The wax flows perfectly into our little can. I think we'll fill it up quickly, and it will last a long time because it burns well and gives a nice steady flame. You can make a wick from any piece of string you find at home. Just make sure it's cotton, not synthetic or plastic. We'll trim it a little so it fits inside our can. I decided to take some ice from the freezer and place our candle on it so the wax hardens faster. I need to light it soon, but the wax is still too liquid. Alright, the wax has hardened, so we can do the first test of our candle. Let's light it up and watch the flame. Our candle that we just made is burning perfectly. I'm really happy with it. It should fit our pumpkin just right and create a beautiful warm glow inside that will suit it perfectly. We place the candle directly into the pumpkin. It should fit perfectly. and the flame will be low. Alright, let's light it. I'm curious how it will look and how sinister it will be, although it turned out quite cute. Let's go see how it looks in front of the house, welcoming guests for Halloween. I think we've made a wonderful decoration. I recommend everyone to decorate their homes before the holiday. It really brings a great mood, makes everything more fun, and your guests will enjoy seeing such a beautiful pumpkin in front of your house. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please support me with a like and a comment. It really helps my channel grow. See you in the next video.